Hey, right, it's Kim, and we're on day 7 now. Step 6, the third eye intuition with the indigo moonlight rose. And we get my beautiful guide comes in with this, and it's Solomon, and you'll really enjoy. I call him Artun, but he's Solomon, so you'll enjoy this. So intuition on this third eye now. Intuition and inner knowing are particularly connected to the third eye. And you receive information from all your chakras, but it's how, and you get your gut instincts from your solar plexus and your sources from the crown, etc. And some things come to your throat. We talked about light language yesterday. And through your third eye, all your 5 senses combined for this 6th sense. And this chakra is about wisdom. It's about inner knowing, and involves a sort of a broad participation of understanding life. And it's often when we're trying to increase our intuition, sometimes we feel it's blocked, but it just needs dissolving slightly to really move and open forward. Inner knowing, intuition, and consciousness, awareness are the seeds of manifestation. This energy center links to the consciousness of the universe, and within it you have the power to create the life you'd really like. The Sanskrit word for this energy center is Anya, which means command and control. The ordinary levels of reality symbolized by the root chakra, sacral, solar, heart, throat, are controlled by and receive commands from the third eye. It's amazing how this chakra is, we've got our brain behind here, but this chakra controls the rest of the body. And although it can be associated with the pineal gland, their function of command is further stressed by the close connection with the pituitary gland. So here we have the pineal glands, and there's the pituitary gland, which governs the endocrine system as well. The capacity of unlocking realms of experience is right here, and to really get into this abundance of intuition, etc. Therefore, the degree of intuition and inner knowing we enjoy shows how much we are in touch or out of touch with our own true nature. The more we're in touch with ourselves, the more knowledge can flow through and manifest through us. One word to the wise is the process of opening up to more and more knowledge flowing through you. Cannot be controlled as in the ordinary approach of the ego, collecting, hoarding information. Instead, it happens due to a sudden or gradual surrender to the knowledge that's already there. This surrender proceeds gently enough to naturally protect you against becoming overwhelmed by an overload of telepathic information. And sometimes the third eye can be so open and you just get so much information. I know about 10 years ago my intuition was in overload. I was receiving so much information, and I had to learn to control, to close it down, because it wasn't useful to have so much coming through at once. And sometimes we have to make sense of it as well. We're trying to translate it, understand it, so we know. Sometimes you get loads of symbols and you think, what does this mean? And we have to learn to translate it, etc. So intuition will reveal itself exactly what needs to be known at any given moment. So you don't have to do things to protect yourself. The way I use it, I say I'm open and I'm closed, and that gives me a trickle on what I need. But it means that when I want to be fully open, I can receive everything I need. And then other times I do close my intuition down, because it can, you can be receiving too much at once. Since intuition is always available, the only thing you need to do in order to unlock its potential is feel your resistance to it and desire for it, and be grateful and gratefully accept that that's already within you. It's your birthright, your intuition, your sensitivity, that's your birthright. Inner knowing comes in different ways, and you'll know this, you'll have heard about the different clairs, the different ways you receive information. I'm clairvoyant and clairaudient. I see things and I hear things and have a clair knowing as well. So you'll find there are different ways that you receive information about the world. You will find your favourite ways will change and develop over time. I used to see a lot, and then I started feeling a lot more, and feeling the emotions. You may think you're losing your abilities, losing your tools, but your guides and higher self will often show you new ways to work, and that has definitely been in my journey. I used to work with crystals and colours, and then it changed, and then it used to be quite heavy, the impressions, and then it used to be so light, I wondered, is it still there? And it does keep changing. When I was a child, I saw my grandmother in spirit and fairies and secrets. I didn't realise it was only me that saw these things until I was older. And I was good at reading the cards, which we learnt to read at about 9. In our family, it was quite open. And I was good at listening to the sounds in the garden in our home. And as an empath, I always know what others are feeling and sensing. And my dominant ways are through inner vision, clairvoyance, and clair feeling, clairsentient. Over time, you'll find there are different ways that you receive energy, and there's information in the book about the different clairs. So clairvoyance is clairseeing, and it's not always that I see a person in front of me, but I see them in their mind, and sometimes I'm drawn and called to look at various things. I'm looking out into my garden, and sometimes I'll be called to look at the shape of a leaf or the colour of a flower, and that's bringing me a message through. Visual people usually are artists, builders, photographers, decorators, designers, and so forth. If this sounds familiar, your clairvoyance is most likely to be a dominant one. Clairaudience means clear healing. So our natural talents would be like things like the musicians, singers, writers, public speakers, to be hearing things. And think about how you respond when somebody tells you something. I'll say, that sounds right. And that might be giving you a signal that you are a clairaudience. Clairsentient means clear feeling. So this is how you get the strong gut feeling. You might feel the emotions, or you get the chills. And often with this, people who have a lot of clear feeling are natural healers and caregivers, and often inspired to be doctors, therapists, counsellors, nannies and teachers. And clairalliance means clair smelling, and this is the ability to smell odours. So sometimes you can smell things in an area and they are bringing you a message. So often people might be a wine taster or a florist or a perfume fragrance creator, people who have really strong clair smelling abilities. And there's clairgustance, means tasting. And this is the ability to taste something that isn't actually there. And so people might have a heightened taste. I don't have very good taste at all, so it's definitely not me. And clair consciousness means clair knowing. This is where we have the knowledge of people or events, like a premonition or an inner knowing, or you may get things like dreams. But many philosophers, doctors, professors, scientists, religious and spiritual leaders tend to be highly intuitive and they have a knowing about the certainty of things. So for this meditation, we're going to connect to the full moon, which is a bit different than the others, and working with the third eye. And I talk in the book about my twin flame. I call him Artun, but his name is Solomon. I didn't know it straight away. I always give my guides, like a sort of, my healing guy is Lao Tzu, but I used to call him Contran. But I used to give them these names that are not like the sort of symbols. Anyway, so he comes in purple, and he's like a magician and a wizard. And when I wrote this course, he was coming in talking about conjunctions and times and space at Yule 2020, and we have moved on. We'll be 2 years, but his energy is just as important now as them. He comes in purple with gold stars, and I see him as an Arabic or similar. But you might see him totally different, and that's okay. That's right for you. Be interesting to what he might bring it to you, because it's working, bringing divine masculine, bringing time and space energy in. So here we go. Right, third eye meditation, indigo moon rose with Artun or Solomon, mystic guide. So sit in a comfortable position or lie with your spine straight and relax. Breathe into each breath fully, feeling the air flow into you, into your body, into your lungs, and feel it as you exhale. Fully feel each breath, breath by breath, and relax, and relax, and relax. Notice anywhere there is discomfort. Direct your breath to that area and relax. Fully relax now. Allow yourself to be surrounded by a deep indigo mist, and allow it to flow fully to you. See yourself on a small boat, sailing through the mist, and you will arrive at a small dock area. So you're in a beautiful mist, an indigo mist, and you're on the ocean in a small boat with a sail, and see it landing at a small pier. As the mist clears, step out onto the shoreline. You at once see you're on a magical beach, on a tropical shoreline. It is dark, but you can see the palm trees. And you look up and you see the full moon. It is so bright and so large, and you can see the moonlight flooding onto the beach. Walk around the beach and feel the sand and the pebbles beneath your feet. Hear the sound of water on the shore and the sound of fish jumping up in the sea and splashing. Fully sense everything. Sound, sight, feelings, emotions, hearing everything. What can you hear? What can you see? What do you feel? What emotions do you have? And what do you sense? This is a place of wonder, a safe beach lit by moonlight. You see the outline of a castle on the horizon, with interesting turrets and walls. Make your way now to the castle, and you see a figure on the top of the walls, a man dressed in deepest purple. You see the colours first in your mind and then in your inner eyes. You know this colour. You see it, and the moonlight shines on his robes, and you see the colour and its depth. He waves down to you and sends you a message with his telepathy, and you sense it straight away. He welcomes you and invites you to join him on the roof. He sends you a message of hope, of inner knowing, and it brings you so much joy. Sense this now. You're making your way to the castle. You can be walking or flying or whatever mode of transport you'd like until you reach the castle. Artun is now before the great castle doors. He is waiting for you, and he gives you an indigo rose. When you reach the doors, he greets you and invites you to go inside the castle. You're guided through into the great hall, into chambers and up to the top of the castle, and invited to look out on the ramparts at the full moon and the stars. He shows you the stars in the sky, and he points out the different constellations for you. He shows you Pleiades and the different stars that for you. He shows Orion and the Plough and Sirius, and he shows you an array of stars in the sky. He shows you how they line up ready for the changes in our earthly world. And he asks you now to let go of all your resistance, to fully being in control of your intuition, to let go of all your fears that hold you back from being fully open with your intuition. He gives you time to fully remember when you wished how you'd used your intuition in the past, and any emotions that are attached to this. He says, pour all these thoughts and memories and fears into a cup that he holds out for you. You see each be received in the form of small daisies. Each memory is a daisy. Each fear is a daisy, and you fill up the cup with your daisies. When you have fully released all your fears and thoughts into many daisies, Artun throws them up into the air, and they are transformed into stardust. And he gives you a cup of stardust. These are so full of your potential. Now think about every desire you have to be fully abundant. How much you want your inner knowing to expand. How you would like your intuition to grow and for you to fully trust all you receive. Consider the ways you might like your inner wisdom to come to you. Do you wish to hear more, feel more, know more? Feel an abundance of inner knowing within you now, for it is fully within you. If you wish to receive more messages from light beings, feel that now. If you wish to receive a stronger connection to Mary Magdalene, to Jesus, to God, to Mother Mary, to Solomon, my guide. Feel that now. You have a hotline to them, your own unique, pure communication to them. Feel their love and messages flow directly to you now. If you wish to speak with light language or connect more to the Lemurians, Arturians, Syrians, Palladians and dragons, etc., ask for this now and fully feel the energies of connecting to them. You have a hotline to all the star beings now. Spend some time with Artun. He'll show you how to connect to different dimensions, different vibrations of energies, etc. Be open to be shown how to receive inner knowing and intuition from your higher self, from your soul, and he will show you how to deepen that connection too. So just spend a few moments with him. You can come back and listen to the audio again, or just go into the beautiful space with him while he draws up a plan of how you can communicate with him. When you feel ready, leave the castle. Thank him for his teachings, for his wisdom, knowledge, and for sharing the indigo rose and other gifts with you. Give gratitude for everything you are, you have, and you've received. Gratitude for your inner knowing, and feel your gratitude for all your past, present, and future experiences. And when you feel ready, return to the here and now. Enjoy your day and journal everything, for everything is important. And have the indigo rose with you today. I am open to receive inner messages and can translate them for myself. I am open to receive inner messages and can translate them for myself. I am open to receive inner messages and can translate them for myself. I am open to receive messages with my third eye and open to receiving more. I am open to receiving messages through my third eye and being able to understand them. I am open to receiving messages from my third eye and can translate them. I am open to receiving messages from my third eye, can translate them. I am open to receiving messages from my third eye, can translate them. Namaste. Go in peace. And the next meditation will be the crown chakra. Blessings.